This is good stuff. This is good to contemplate. It's very good to contemplate because in life we, as humans, seek inspiration, something that drives us on, right? But what if what is driving us on can also become a detriment? That's what I want to look at.
Self-discipline is everything. And if you don't have it, I don't look at you right, because I know you're capable of more. It's not discipline so much for me. It's all on you. It's all on you. The self part is what's big. Where you're gonna fail and you're gonna be in your head, you're gonna be saying, I'm not good enough. And it's how you get through that. It's how you get through that on a daily basis when that thing is saying, man, I'm 43, I've done so much. You start to become civilized. The refrigerator gets full. You start making money and you start, I'm not getting cold anymore. I'm retired. At 40, people shouldn't be playing basketball or football or being in. You start to believe this shit.
Yes. People start to believe a lot of dumb shit throughout their lives. I think the biggest joke of humanity right now, especially with videos on the internet, if you look at it, it's all about quick fix motivation. With that we mean you do something physically because it feels good, it feels amazing and awesome to achieve. When you do that, at the same time people forget that the whole journey that they're on is a dream. It's not permanent anyway. So basically, if you put all your stakes on physical results, you are indeed being blinded by the dream itself. And then when you die, well, what happens? Nobody wants to talk about that. What I talk about on my channel is that there's eternity and infinity, but it's not accessible as long as the mind is attached to physical results specifically. And a video like this is really honing in on it. And the guy, David Goggins, is a really interesting person through his motivational videos. I won't deny him that. The problem I see with it, with many of these videos, is that it's too much based on physicality and too little on spirituality. And humanity likes to keep saying spirituality is not real, it is not true, this and that. Again, it was for a reason, I already said it. Mind has been fucking manipulated out here. So you focus on physicality and forget everything else. And yes, you will achieve great things if you use your imagination on physical goals. But the problem is, it's always temporary in this realm. So are you really seeking the very true nature of yourself? The divine?
And it becomes in your fucking mind like, there's people who are retiring, you know, at 40-something years old or 30-something years old. At 43, I'm still putting 100-mile weeks. Still doing thousands of pull-ups, thousands of push-ups, because I'm not allowing myself to become civilized. The worst thing that can happen to a man is become civilized. You lose that fucking fight. You lose that. Why the fuck am I doing this shit? I'm good. You ain't good, man. You ain't never fucking arrived. And that's just my mentality. You may have more, but you never fucking arrive. You want to be uncommon amongst uncommon people.
You see, this advice is really great in the sense of achieving goals physically speaking. Because, I mean, I can totally see it there. If you are lost physically speaking again, like I have to keep repeating these words in a way, but the point is that I'm trying to make is that if your goals in life involve what you are doing to the five senses alone, then this advice that he's giving is really great because it helps you to zone in on that. It helps you to focus on what you're doing on a daily basis whenever you wake up in the morning. You start doing shit, like he would say. You start getting up and get into action, this and that. And then you get to achieve all kinds of stuff, physically speaking. The problem here is that physicality is transient. And therefore the goals that we set for ourselves in this manner will never truly satisfy us on the long run. So he will in this video, he actually starts talking about his voice in his head, right? When he wakes up in the middle of the night, like a demon or something. And the demon is the ego, actually. That's what's going on here. It's the ego that drives us on to achieve stuff. When, spiritually speaking, you already possess whatever you want. It's not the body you really have to train, because the body ends up in the grave. It's your own spirit you want to train. But through this activity, as he suggests, people also become stronger mentally. Of course they will. But still the question remains, do we understand that this is all a dream? This physical existence of ours. Do we actually grasp it or not? Because if we don't, then the physical activities become the only motivating factor in our lives. And you can achieve a lot of things. But then you also lose it at the end of the day.
Period. We have two voices in our mind. And boy, I know they're fucking true. I've heard them. I hear them now. And they're real. It's that one voice. That voice I used to love to fucking hear. We love to hear. It's that soft motherfucker. That soft motherfucking voice that says sleep the fuck in. It's okay. It's that coddling voice. You want to be hugged and nurtured and all that shit. That says it's going to be okay. Well, there's another motherfucking voice that wakes you up in the middle of the night. It's that demon fucking voice that whispers in your fucking ear that says, get up, motherfucker. You're not fucking good enough. You gotta work fucking harder. You haven't put enough time in. It's that voice you want to run away from. It's that voice you don't want to fucking hear. But guess what? It's that voice you need to fucking listen to.
Yeah, this is what I mean. That voice that he's talking about, in my honest opinion, is both ego. The one that wants to be lazy and the one that wants to do stuff because you're not good enough. If you go beyond both voices, both concepts, mentally speaking, then you realize that what you're chasing is a mirage. That what you aim to achieve is all a mirage. It's not permanent at all. It's not going to help you do anything. The only thing that it will do for you is to make you seem cool in the eyes of the world while you're alive. But once you're dead, people are going to move on from you. Yes, the books you've written, the videos you left behind, this is the same for me. People might still get some value out of it, but you, the soul, the spirit, moves on. So essentially, what he's describing there is the voice of the ego, of the physical self, the false I, the phantom self, not the true infinite self. Because the true infinite self doesn't have to prove anything. This is part of the matrix of physicality, this prison world in which we are now stuck. And most people, again, don't understand it, and that's fine. But they take all this kind of motivation as the only truth, when it's leading them deeper and deeper into their own ego if they don't watch out.
Every foot strike that hits the pavement, that's how I feed myself. Motherfuckers look for inspiration. Inspiration's found in every footstep you take.
Inspiration is found from the depths of your own spirit. It's not found in the physical steps you take. Because what if the step you are taking brings you instantly into the grave? You step on a bomb, you die. Where's the inspiration? Unless you found it in your true essence, which is infinite.
Every grasp of that fucking iron bar, all that shit, all the miles in the pool, inspiration's found in suffering.
The only inspiration that is found in suffering is to realize that this is not normal, I'd say. It is not normal to suffer. That's abnormal. You don't have to suffer. It makes no sense. But Stockholm Syndrome causes us all to speak good about a dimension, a world that is already so distorted as it is. We try to find the good in what is actually fucked up. We try to create our prison walls with great flowers and paintings while we're living inside of it. And we say, oh, suffering is good. Suffering is great. Learn lessons. Jesus Christ, the only aspect of you that needs to learn lessons is your ego, but you leave it behind every time you die.
In life, a lot of us believe that we're working much harder than we actually are. We think if we fucking got up early for 4 days, we've earned something. You gotta drop your entitled mindset. It's dead weight. We believe we work harder than we actually have. Trust me, most of us haven't. The one thing in life you gotta realize is this: learn to help yourself. Don't count on other people to help you.
Don't count on other people to help you. But by what he's doing, he's essentially trying to help other people, so they should dismiss everything he just said. And he has good intentions, all egos have, even mine. But we have to be very, very careful about this, because once he's on his deathbed, he might think, oh, I achieved a lot of great things and now I'll leave it all behind. But has he actually learned anything about this reality itself? Because to motivate each other just to get physical things is not actually the real goal of existence. It is a trap that keeps you cycling into the reincarnation place.
We're all being tested in life. And guess what? This is one test you can't cheat on. We all have our own test. Some of us are obese. Some of us are depressed. Some of us are insecure. And the only way to overcome it is for you and you alone to face it. You have to do your best work when you're least motivated. So those days you don't want to do it, guess what you gotta do? You gotta suck it the fuck up and do it. Stay hard.
Yeah, his speeches are truly reminiscent of a soldier, because after all he has that background, and it makes a lot of sense due to the harshness of life itself. But ultimately, what I would suggest we really have to discover is that you already possess anything you want. This great body, you already have it. Wealth, you already have it. You have anything you want. And the only way you can discover that is by realizing who you really are. Not based on physicality, but spirituality. Infinite awareness, infinite imagination allows you to have anything you want. This dimension that we're in right now is a trick, is a trap. It keeps you blinded, keeps you chasing shadows and mirage over and over again. You see, all the goals we try to pursue and make real out here, we're gonna lose it. And then as you lose it, you're gonna be like, I want it again and again. And you keep coming back in the same mirage. Isn't that strange? Isn't that a strange situation that we're all in?